We don't. Now we're live.
Well, okay. Take two. We're back.
Now we're back.
Welcome to a live episode of Pump the Brakes.
Yep.
I'm the host, Eric Evans, joined with Ham. Hello, friend.
Hello.
We have never done a live podcast together.
This is it.
This is the one and only.
We were just talking to the computer for a minute, just into space without even being live.
It literally goes live on its own every time, except for today.
Imagine that.
I'm just letting everybody know I am alive. I am not well.
Nope.
But I am alive.
Do you own anything?
Nope. Nope.
Surely you own something.
No.
You got that shitty Jeep out there.
For now, I'm gonna owe somebody something soon.
Well, they're gonna get something that doesn't even fucking crank. So
today's episode gonna be a fairly quick one. We are just going to talk about this Monday night game between the Bucs and the Cowboys. We are on opposite sides, so you know what side you want to be on. Recap the weekend, and it's Mailbag Monday. First, before this game starts, I would like to talk about that. We've been saying for months, if this were the matchup, you would love the Bucs. I've been saying that I would love the Cowboys. This is not really a pro-Dallas stance for me, but more of a anti-Tampa stance. I just think they're terrible.
okay. What did I do?
I don't know.
Well, yeah, like I said 2 months ago, this matchup happened. I think the Bucs are going to win outright. I still firmly believe that. Nothing has changed my mind. Hello, Jacob.
Hello, Jacob.
Who? Oh, yeah, the Bucs. It is what it is. Like I said, 2 months ago I said it. Just like in July, I told you that the Giants were going to be good, and Danny Dimes was very, very, very underrated.
Yeah.
I don't know. Things tend to come to fruition when I'm thinking 2 months, 3 months out. So for me, it's Bucs. I take the 3, but I think they win the game outright. The Cowboys stink.
The Cowboys are not good, and you've pointed out numerous times, especially on the road, they are a different team. Oh, yeah.
You refuse to put the comments on.
What?
Yeah, Danny Dulce. He's filthy.
The Bucs are bad, man. Like they're injured. They're not bad. I keep specifying. And now Jensen's back. That does obviously help. I've been giving them the benefit of the doubt for so long, and they have keep letting me down like every week. Like they just look terrible. So,
well, this is as healthy as the Bucs have been all year. And if you like betting on trends, which I don't, because trends don't take into account for who was quarterback 20 years ago and who it is now, what players there. But if you like betting on trends, the Bucs are in a great spot. I just think the Cowboys are bad. I think Dak Prescott stinks. I think the Cowboys are going to regret that contract for a long, long, long time because he's not good. He's just not good. And Dak's one of those curious cases of where we're at with quarterback nowadays, right? If they're good enough to win you 9-10 games and get you to the playoffs in the first round, you almost feel like you have to pay them.
you do.
Because then it's like, okay, well, if not them, then who, right? And I got to start, I don't know.
The grass is not always greener.
Mike White or some shit like that. I got Nick Foles or Carson Wentz, some of these shitty-ass quarterbacks that you love. Yeah, so I just don't. I'm fading. This is a pure fade of Dak Prescott. He's not good. Cowboys defense, by the way, severely overrated. Since Thanksgiving, they have been just middle tier defense, just blatantly average. So yeah,
I don't think the secondary is very good. the most overrated player in football is Trayvon Diggs.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's just what Marcus Peter was a couple years ago. He's going to sell out for the interception, and when he gets it, he'll be right 11 times a season.
Yeah,
but there's 22 times where he's getting burnt because he's trying to jump these routes. And this is not an offense. At least 2 receivers that you want to try and do that with. I imagine he'll be on Mike Evans more than Chris Godwin. Just the way that the Bucs have been using Godwin has been like Julian Edelman-esque, right by the line of scrimmage.
Yes,
thoughts on the over/under?
Yes, he absolutely admits that Carson Wentz is terrible.
I did not say that.
He admitted it earlier, and I'm so proud of him because it just needs to be said that he's awful.
Just saying those words never came out of my mouth. So I know you don't gamble on sports anymore.
I'm retired, and I don't drink anymore.
It's new year, new you. If you had to place a wager on this game, just Bucs money line.
Yep.
No other thoughts.
I'd take the Bucs. The Bucs are going to win the game. They're going to win it.
I feel like this is a perfect scenario. Line's close enough. We should do a friendly wager again.
Okay.
Would
you like to drink a glass of milk?
I would no. No. If that's what I have to do with a loss, I will.
Okay.
But no, of course I don't want to.
I'm trying to think. If you lose, you have to run 2 miles in under 15 minutes.
I can't do that.
20.
I physically, I don't think I would be able to do that.
Can you run 2, period?
I don't think so, no.
Okay. Well,
I couldn't tell you the last time I ran
a mile.
Speed.
1 mile.
1 mile in under 10?
Under 10. If you don't make it, after you get done, say you 10:01, you have to chug a glass of milk right after. You are exhausted.
I'm going to
sweating
puke
and out of breath.
Okay.
You have to chug a glass of milk.
Where does this mile take place at? Is there
I'll just drive around the neighborhood and figure it out.
Okay. All right. I'll do that.
Take it off the car.
Man, you thought of that so fucking quickly. How am I?
Well, maybe you'll think something. I don't know.
All right. Give me the rest of the podcast to try and think something.
Okay.
But all right.
Thank you, Jacob. I'm staying strong. I've got a glass of tea here. Shout out Stanley Cup. Trending.
That is the fake Stanley Cup.
No,
the Stanley Cup is the Stanley Cup. All right. This weekend, what we thought was going to be a horrible weekend of football, given the route that the Niners gave the Seahawks.
Just a beating.
The Chargers up 27-0 on the Jaguars. They actually come back and win this game.
Yeah.
Lawrence threw 4 interceptions? Asante Samuel Jr. had 3 of them. Everybody liked the Jaguars. Are we done with the Chargers? Can we just stop?
No, I'm not.
Staley has to go.
When Sean Payton's coaching the Chargers next year, they're going to be in the Super Bowl.
The Chargers are such frauds.
They're not frauds. They literally have Brandon Staley, Joe Lombardi is the worst coach-coordinator combo in the NFL. Period. I'll take Bowles Leftwich. I don't even care. I will take anybody over those 2 bozos. You put Sean Payton with Mr. Herbert, who for my money, obviously you can't argue against Mahomes. Fair enough. He's well on his way to being the GOAT. But for my money, I think Justin Herbert's the most talented QB in the league. He does more with shitty fucking coaching than any quarterback I've ever seen in my life. And by the way, the Chargers had a chance to hire Brian Dable.
Yeah.
He interviewed for the job, and they said he didn't have enough experience. And they hired fucking Brandon Staley. Imagine Brian Dable with Justin Herbert. He is with Daniel Jones lighting it up, winning a playoff game, and they're going to give the Eagles a scare. I'm telling you. Watch my Giants. Watch my pesky Giants. They're pesky.
We will get into that later in the week.
They're pesky.
Yeah. On paper, there's not 5 teams more talented than the Chargers.
No.
And it's been that way for 6, 7, 8
hold on,
years.
time out. Just quick side note. Now, I hate Brandon Staley. I've been saying I hate him for the whole time you've been doing this podcast. everybody was on his ass about Mike Williams playing. Mike Williams got hurt. Buddy, Mike Williams may fucking bend down the wrong way and get hurt.
Yeah.
He could have got on the bus for the playoff game and got hurt. So, like, I'm gonna give him a pass for that because just some guys are just always fucking hurt.
And Mike Williams is definitely
and so is Keenan
and
Allen.
so is Keenan Allen. Yes.
So when you look at the Chargers, yes, on paper the roster is good, but everybody's always fucking hurt.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. The only team that has a worse medical staff than the Chargers is the Philadelphia 76ers. Because those motherfuckers.
Would I take? Yes, I would take Justin Herbert over Josh overrated Allen in a fucking eye blink. Josh Allen, he may be the most overrated athlete in sports right now. Like, he's good. Like, he's good. I'm not. You can be overrated and good at the same time.
Oh, absolutely.
The guys, he reminds me of somebody that throws 103 and has no idea where it's going. And his good is like really fucking good. His bad is just god awful.
Yeah.
If Tua was playing that game yesterday, the Dolphins win.
For sure.
100%.
I mean, Skylar Thompson literally gave them a scare. Like they could have won that football.
Could have won the game.
Yeah. I mean, listen, Josh Allen's still one of the 5 best quarterbacks in football, but like, can we stop with him and Mahomes?
He's not even. In fact, there's a gap between him and Burrow.
I think. Oh well.
There's a gap between him and Herbert. Miss me with the Josh Allen stuff. That's all I'm saying. Like, they're going to play a playoff game in these playoffs. He's going to make some fucking boneheaded turnover at like the 20-yard line, and they're going to lose. They literally, Tua plays that game, the Dolphins win. But if Skylar Thompson came to your place and almost beat your ass,
put 31 on you.
That's pathetic.
This is something I do want to get off my chest, and I did look into the reasons, and I saw why they did not do this. But the fact that this home playoff game is in Buffalo against the Bengals and not on a neutral field fucking infuriates me.
Yeah.
Like, the overtime rule change literally happened because of the Bills game, which I think we're all in favor of it. Mm-hmm. But if that game doesn't end that way, the rule doesn't get changed.
Okay.
The fact that a potential AFC championship is going to be on a neutral site, but this game is being played in Buffalo is such horse shit. And so we talked about this. Mm-hmm. The reason why this game is in Buffalo is because them and the Bengals played the same amount of games. Whereas whoever wins this game, assuming the Chiefs win, the Chiefs will have a 1-game advantage.
Right. So
because of that, they are allowing them to play this AFC championship on a neutral field.
Well, yeah, to be honest, like I told you when we talked earlier, I was confused. I thought the game was on a neutral field.
It absolutely should be. Or honestly,
when I saw the tweets yesterday, I just thought it was like a fucking misprint, or I was missing the, how they'll put, verses with asterisks and it'll say, and I just thought I was missing it. But yeah, that I thought the whole time.
If I'm Cincy, I'm fucking furious.
Yeah. It was a shit. I mean, look.
Well, listen, they probably win that game. Week 17. 18. So 17.
I mean, they were up 7-3 and they were across the 50 driving. So
at home. They should be the 2 seed.
All I'll say about the NFL is not to take up for Roger Goodell, but they were put in a fucking shitty situation. And it is what it is. The Bengals definitely caught the short end of the stick.
Absolutely. And again, it's if the AFC Championship game would have been in Kansas City, fine. If both games were just as is, okay. But to allow a potential AFC Championship game be played in a neutral site and not this one, it's bullshit because Buffalo would be on the road. Now they're home. Like, they're trying very hard to cater to the Buffalo Bills, and it's horseshit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about that, but that's an unprecedented situation.
Sure.
I mean, that's just
so then do one. Is what it is. If you do one, do both.
Well,
or don't do either.
I have no thoughts on it because, to be honest with you, I thought it was going to be on a neutral field. So
fucking bullshit.
It was like news to me last night that it wasn't. It was very confusing.
Anyway,
Okay.
rant over.
Rant over.
I've had a horrible, horrible weekend.
Mm-hmm. May I say you sound terrible?
Nah, I don't
Your
even.
thoughts are a little rambling.
I don't even mean that. I got on tilt yesterday.
Alcohol makes the brain not sharp. Friend.
We drank the casino out of
Not
all
weed.
of the good high noon flavors.
Not
Not you and I, but the crew that I was with.
I don't drink.
Every time I kept looking over, Josh Holdman handed me another high noon.
Well, he's an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I had a full one, and then he brought me another one. Like that, this one is full.
Friend, when you got here, you looked like you had been through the ringer.
Well, somebody asked a mailbag question on the end of last night's game, and guess what? I don't fucking remember the end of last night's game because
I'll tell you why. You had your hat pulled over your head. You were just looked like somebody had shot your dog.
I honestly,
yes, Jacob, alcohol is poison not only to the body but to the brain.
it's-
My brain is fired on all cylinders here lately. 8 days sober, and it's like the neurons and the electrons are just jizzing on each other. I don't know.
I don't think you could say that on a live podcast. Matt, I can't cut it out. It's live TV. What are you gonna? It's live TV. What are you gonna do?
They're getting it on with each other. I don't know.
We did say we would love a defensive touchdown. We got one. 12 minutes left in the game.
I thought you were at least going to get a field goal. Everything would be good.
Yep. I will say, cannot blame the missed extra point on the first touchdown on it because, like you said, they're probably not going for two later in the game. But yeah, that game hurt me. I had the Bengals over 24 and a half points.
Yep. And for the record, I told you I hated it.
You did.
And I said I think it's going to land on 24.
Well,
And it did.
it was either going to go over or land on 24. Like those are the only two options.
Okay.
We've said this a bunch. How can something that is seemingly be 50-50? It either goes over or it goes under. How do we pick the wrong one?
That's unbelievable.
So much.
It'd be like if I flipped the coin 10 times and we lost 9. Yeah, it's just 50-50 and we just continue to lose.
And we just keep doing it. Like we just
Well, that's you. I'm
we
retired.
just keep doing it.
You just keep going and keep going and keep going. One of our friends in the chat has punished himself tonight with the first CD bet. I believe it was 2 tight ends.
Well, yeah, first Dalton Schultz, first touchdown. Tight ends in prime time, it hits 68% of the time.
Okay.
And you know how many times I've won on that this year?
Well, you refuse to take it. You could be the guy who cashed out a 49.
You know, I was just about to say, I hope my mother's not listening because I told her that.
Thank you, Miss Kim.
The post that I play is normally just a bit, just because it's my mother.
Yep.
Not a bit. Last night was not a bit. My net worth is
0.
gone.
I think it
Zero.
might be 0.
If your net worth can be negative, it's negative right now. I lost it all. I lost it all.
Oh, your net worth can certainly be negative.
I'm in shambles. I don't know what else to say. We like the Giants. They won. The Vikings were the worst 12, 13 win team in the history of football.
He should give up. He should give up alcohol too, like I have.
I'm drinking water.
Nothing but positive influences here in Zachary, Louisiana. Me and my friend Jacob are combined 24 days stone cold sober.
I love that my friends are sober. And Kevin. Don't forget Kevin.
Oh, yeah, Kevin too. That puts us at almost a month combined. 30 days.
I got nothing else. I don't care about the weekend. I'm on tilt again.
The Giants. So, let's talk about the Giants.
Yeah,
I mean, I begged you to clip the clips from July and put them on the internet.
I did.
But you were too busy fucking drinking all weekend.
They've been on the internet for
As
months.
I said, I love the Giants. Dable's Dable. Like, Dable's a great coach. There's no insider. He's just a great coach. I mean, by the way, the Giants are 14-4 against the spread this season. That's the best in NFL.
That's incredible.
They're 11-2 as an underdog against the spread.
Okay.
Philly is 2-7 against the spread against divisional opponents in the postseason all time.
Well,
the Giants are plus 7.5.
That's one of those trendy things.
I'm just reading the trends.
I understand.
I'm just trend.
But this is why I don't like trends, like you said. For the record, I would buy 7.5 to 6.5.
You want to take the Eagles?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I mean, I like the Giants.
All right. Well, we got time. I still have to think of something for you to do. You have to. Dear God, I would rather lose $100 than run a mile.
You don't have $100.
No, I don't have anything.
I mean, you can't lose $100 that you don't have.
Somebody did tell me
49ers look great.
Oh, yeah, we knew that.
I bet them before the season started. I have since cashed that ticket out because I was just so sure that Brock Purdy could not win the Super Bowl. I still don't think he can. Not because it's Brock Purdy, just because I think the road to the Super Bowl goes through the American Football Conference. However, I think I could play quarterback for Kyle Shanahan.
He's the best coach in football.
5-yard out, just throw it and let Debo or Ayuk or McCaffrey or Kittle just run.
See, but it's more than that. He's been doing this with
Anybody.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
He's the best coach in football. If you could give me one coach in the NFL to coach my team, I'm taking Kyle Shanahan.
I mean, it's hard to argue that. Only argument I'm making is fucking Dables. The Giants stink. Look.
What he did, he's coach of the year.
The Niners probably have the best roster in the NFL.
Oh, for sure.
They have weapons galore.
But Kyle Shanahan was also doing this before Debo and before Ayuk.
I understand that.
So,
however, they're
loaded.
McCaffrey, Ayuk, Debo, Kittle, Trent Williams at left tackle. That
insane.
Unbelievable. Which, by the way, brings me to another point. How on God's green earth were the Washington Redskins so bad when Mike Shanahan was there? Go back to the staff.
Kyle Shanahan.
No, Mike Shanahan. 2013.
Oh.
Kyle Shanahan was offensive coordinator. Matt LaFleur was quarterback coach. Sean McVay was the tight end coach.
Jesus.
That is literally, that's unbelievable. Now, I'm not a huge LaFleur guy, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
But still, you got Shanahan and McVay on the same staff. And I'm almost certain McDaniel was on that staff as well. I think that's how him and Shanahan got linked up.
I think it was the Packers back in the day had Holmgren, they had Gruden, they had Andy Reid.
Yes.
That's like this modern version of that.
Watching Kyle Shanahan, his design runs is just like art. The way they run the football is it's literally orgasmic.
Yeah, and the fact that they got McCaffrey it was a cheat code. I text that. It's a cheat code.
By the way, if Aaron Rodgers would have went there in the offseason, they may have went undefeated this year. Seriously, they may have went undefeated. Now, they probably don't make the trade for McCaffrey if they go get Rodgers, but they seriously could have won every game. They're that good. They're why I cashed out, I don't know. I don't think Brock Purdy can win the Super Bowl. You got to go play a Mahomes or a Burrow in the Super Bowl, and all of a sudden you're in a shootout.
Right. I agree. But even still, what they're doing now, it's unbelievable.
It's incredible. They can play anybody quarterback. It doesn't matter.
It really doesn't.
Still wish that Trey Lance would.
What are they going to do in the offseason now? Garoppolo's gone. He'll be a free agent.
He's got to be gone.
He's gone.
Trey Lance will still be there just for the simple fact that he's still on his rookie contract.
Yeah, but third overall, that's not no money.
Yeah, but it's not like it used to be where you got to play this guy. Let's look at this contract right here. He's making $3.75 million next year. That's
that is nothing. Okay.
He makes $5 in 2024.
That fifth-year option will be.
He's got a fifth-year option.
That's a big one. The fifth-year option is always big money.
How do you bench Brock Purdy at this point?
If he goes to the Super Bowl,
you can't bench him. There's no way.
No way.
There's literally it's Brady Bledsoe all over.
And it's not like we've seen enough. In theory, we all think Trey Lance should be better than Brock Purdy.
One would think, but Purdy's pretty good, man.
Is he pretty good, or is he just doing?
Well, if you put him on the Giants,
to do?
He would stink. Put him on the Chargers, he would stink. Put him on the Texans, he would stink.
Right.
He can't take a team, to the next level.
Right. Speaking of the Texans, I did want to bring this up because there's a lot of defensive coordinators that are getting hired or interviewed for head coaching jobs. And you pointed this out, Dayball, etc. If the Houston Texans bring in DeMeco Ryans to be their head football coach, who I think he's a very good coach. I understand he's got buku talent, so his job isn't very hard coordinating that defense. You cannot bring a defensive-minded guy and draft a quarterback second overall and think that it's going to work.
No, you can't, because you know who did that?
It literally,
But you know who has very recently did it?
Miami.
Brian Flores and Tua.
And it looked like it was shit. And then they hired McDaniel, and boom.
Yeah, if you're going to go out, and the Texans are going to, well, they're not picking one anymore.
They're picking two now. Yep.
So if they get Stroud or Bryce Young or Will Levis or whoever they're going to get, I mean, you have to get it off.
Have to.
You have to.
Now, I'm not saying D'Amico can't be a head coach in the NFL, but if
you can't hire a defensive coach anymore. Those days are gone. It's over. If you do, you got to go get a rock star offense, and you got to say it's yours. This is yours.
Yeah, you get a plus offensive coordinator, and you go to a team that already has like a semi-established quarterback.
Yes.
Right. You can't. I agree. I won't fall into that trap anymore. I don't believe in rookie quarterbacks having defensive head coaches. It's just, we've seen it time and time again. It's just finally clicked. It doesn't work.
All right. Well, let's get to Mailbag Monday.
Let's get the mailbag started. Here we go.
Dak Prescott, 0 for 1.
All right. From Kevin.
Yes.
Thoughts on the Ravens' clock management to end last night's game?
It would take me the rest of this game to go into my disdain for NFL coaches and the clock.
Well, that you have to answer that question because I don't remember. I was blacked out.
Well, inexplicably, Harbaugh had 2 timeouts. I think it was like a minute 03 left, and J.K. Dobbins called a pass. And not only did they not call a timeout, they huddled, which was just they're at the 18-yard line. They huddled, and they say, there's 38 seconds left. And then I forget what happens. I think they had a holding. So now they're back at like the 28 or the 30. And it's like, you have literally done this to yourself. And by the way, the game before, watch Mike McDaniel can't get a fucking play call in. The Dolphins had to use 3 timeouts in the second half to avoid delay games, and still got 2 delay games and got 1 on 4th and a foot. and the McDaniel said after the game, it was miscommunication. We thought it was a first down. Like, how do you not fucking know? Oh, Cowboys 3 and out.
Quick.
But just short, simple rant. The easiest thing these coaches do every Sunday ought to be manage the fucking clock. If you can't do it, get some fucking nerd from Harvard, attach his ass to your hip, and he has full control over timeouts, whatever. Like, it's so fucking simple. Manage the clock. That is the one constant.
2 things. 1, I've been saying for months now, if I could fist fight somebody in the NFL and you would guarantee me that I win so I don't have to worry about losing, Harbaugh, you're on the list.
Okay.
You're atop the list. I would fist fight you. You have ruined me this year.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
2, I don't even know what I was going to say.
It's not just Harbaugh. It's not Harbaugh. There is not a coach in the NFL like a manager clock.
I hate the Ravens. I hate Harbaugh. I hope Lamar goes somewhere else.
Well, I don't know why they wouldn't pay him.
All right. From Haley, shout out. Will either Brady or Prescott have a rushing touchdown tonight? And is the over a safe bet? I don't gamble. I don't know.
I don't either. Maybe a Tom Brady jump sneak.
Yeah. She also asked Bucs or Cowboys. I don't know why she keeps asking all these football questions.
Bucs.
This is just a friendly podcast. We don't talk sports anymore. And Cowboys, obviously. Will Jacob Dees make it to 20 days sober? That is from Taylor Peterson, TP.
Well, I thought today would be his undoing. So he's at 16. I do believe he will make it to 20 as long as 17, 18. As long as he can. Well, I guess Thursday would be 20. So I think he'll do 20. Yes, I do think my friend will make it to 20.
Okay, this question is from Jacob Dees. And he wants to know if you will drink and gamble for the Super Bowl.
No.
If you're not asking him directly.
Yeah. No, I may never drink again.
1,000%. Are the Super Bowl squares considered gambling?
Yes.
Then, yeah, go gamble.
I just, I have found so much fulfillment in my life without alcohol.
I have a couple questions from you on here from last night. Okay. Are we alive?
Well, I didn't know if you were alive.
Breathing, barely breathing, or still breathing?
I didn't know. Somebody said your lips were turning purple on the couch. So.
Do we currently own anything? Nope. Nothing. Did you say the Bengals were going to score? How many questions did you ask? Yes, you did say 24.
I did say that. Yes, I did say that.
These 2 questions are also from Kevin. I have not read this.
You skipped Josh Holden's question.
Oh, I'm not. I'm going to end with that because that's the story.
That is
horrific.
It's burning me up just thinking about it.
Kevin wants to know if I'm going to Mardi Gras this year. No chance.
Okay.
I don't like people enough to do that. Although I guess it is one of those things like you have to do.
Let
once,
me tell
right?
you. Now, let me tell you. I don't do Mardi Gras in the French Quarter, blah, blah, blah. My aunt and uncle have a great spot on St. Charles at like 8th or 7th Street in the neutral ground. They rope it off, fence it off. It's just a bunch of people there. It's just like a big tailgate.
Okay.
So maybe we go do that.
All right. Well,
I go every year. Me and Megan go every year.
All right.
So.
That's different. I'm not standing like in line, pissing on streets. And I'm not.
No, there's a bathroom right around the way.
Because I've heard horror stories about that.
We're not going to be in the quarter where it's shoulder to shoulder. You can't breathe. They'll be out there. They cook. It's just like a big tailgate. Cook, drink. I probably won't drink, but they do.
Probably.
The parades roll by. If you want to go up there and fucking catch some bees, go catch some bees, whatever you want to do.
But if I'm going, I'm not going there for the bees.
Understood.
I just want to see how they get acquired.
So we'll just go Sunday, one day, and
okay. All right. Are you going to make a wager on the game tonight? I don't have anything to wager except for my dignity, and apparently I'm going to be running laps.
Well, it's back-to-back 3 and out, so.
Good thing we like the under. Who scores the first touchdown? I'm on Dalton Schultz, always tight end in prime time. Nope, don't own anything. Nope. My friends, I guess I could check mine. This question is from Josh.
Mm-hmm.
And I've experienced my first Cajun stud. I've never seen stud played like that before. I'm used to 7-card stud at a poker table. Very interesting game, very expensive game. This gentleman on the far right, this table, the dealer has never dealt anything in his life, it seemed. I wouldn't let this guy deal in our home poker games. He was that bad. And he misdealt a hand, and this guy would have won a minimum of $1,000 because he got pocket aces.
Yeah.
They immediately called the hand void, and the guy was furious, rightfully so. He actually handled it a lot better than basically anybody else that I know would have handled it. So shout out that guy who had lots of black chips in front of him.
Well, that's maybe why he handled it.
Yeah.
That's a big deal for one of us.
Well, I would kill for
the way the story was told to me, and they would have had to throw me out. Like physically, they would have had to grab me by both my arms and my legs because I would just go completely dead weight, like to make it harder for them, and they would have had to throw me out. There's just these casinos are such scumbags. Just pay the man the fucking $1,000. Seriously, like it's going to be okay. One, if it was me, I'd just give it all back, so it's not even a big deal.
For sure. 2,
you're going to make $50 bajillion. Like, who gives? Just give the man his fucking money. Nope, they can't do it. They're scumbags. They can't do it. Yeah, they would have had to carry me out of there. 100%. 100%.
It was a sight to see, and there was 2 of our friends on the table that easily gave that. So they should have just given it to the man.
2 rich men probably weren't even worried about it.
When I tell you, it looked like there was an unlimited supply of $100 bills coming out of these wallets. It was.
Your friend is an owner of a multi-million-dollar company.
Oh, it wasn't even his wallet I'm referring to.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
Jesus, must have been playing with some heavy hitters.
Oh, the heaviest that I know of. All right, game's on. Only one person's watching.
I'm getting out there.
I will tweet or post a Facebook status on when I find out what Ham's going to do when the Bucs lose.
Oh boy.
Subscribe.
Stephen Rowland if the Bucs lose.
Subscribe, rate, review. We'll see you on Thursday.
They might not be able to